Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of GCC's Georgia Chiropractic Connection. Oh, I got a frog in my throat. I don't know where that came from. Ooh, what a way to start the show. Listen, it's because it's cold up here, and I'm so jealous because our guest today is down in sunny Florida, and I'm thinking that I just need to pack up and go down there and hang out a little bit. But everybody help me welcome Dr. Brian Moriarty.
Woo! Yeah.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
How are you, Doc?
Thank you, Dr. Kathy. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. So listen, we're going to jump right in it because I know we've got to get you back to patients, but we want to talk a little bit about FCS because you are the new and current president of the Florida Chiropractic Society. FCS and GCC have participated in a lot of things together. There's a lot on the horizon, but let's first talk about what's going on down there with Florida because there's a lot happening, and a lot of docs got affected by the hurricane, and a lot of docs were really in need of some help. And I know FCA is putting on some great programs. And so let's just talk about what's going on down there first and foremost.
Yes, thank you, Kathy. I'm honored to be to serve as the Florida Chiropractic Society president. I was just elected in our August West Palm Beach meeting. And it's been a challenge these first few months, taking on a role like this. But I have an incredible board behind me. I have an incredible past president in Eddie Martinez, who you guys had on here as well. And I have an incredible executive director, Araceli Martinez, who keeps things running on our day-to-day. She's the GCC's cat. She's our version of Cat Frazier, who's awesome as well. But in FCS land, we had two big hurricanes that hit the state here. One was Ian that hit the West Coast and affected a lot of our members. And then we just had one that came through last week in Hurricane Nicole that hit more of the East Coast. So it's been a challenge. We've definitely stepped up our outreach. We've done service projects out on the West Coast, adjusting first responders, helping to rebuild communities, and just trying to pitch in any way we can to help people that have gone through this, devastating hurricane. The Florida Chiropractic Society is a huge fan of the GCC. I'm a member of the GCC as an out-of-state member, and we love working with you guys because we feel like you guys are super strong in the chiropractic world. You're super principled, and we want to connect with other groups. We want to make this thing global. And you're our neighbors to the north, so we love working with you guys and are happy to support you. I've been to your golf tournament every single year you've had it. I know Eddie's been there every single year. We love coming. That's one of my most fun things of the year is to come to that. And you guys raise a ton of money for great causes. So we love the GCC and are happy to be a part of you guys in any way, which leads into next month, right?
Absolutely. We've got our big annual convention coming up. And, for Georgia docs, this is our renewal year. So this is your last chance to get in-person hours. Now, remember, if you're a Georgia doc, you can only get 20 hours out of the renewal period online. The other 20 have to be done in person. And of course, you have to do 20 each year, not 40 in one shot. So December 9th, 10th, and 11th, we've got a 3-day event so that you can get out of there early on a Sunday, get back home, still have part of your weekend. And it's going to be at the Atlanta Marriott Northwest. But Friday night, I'm super excited because we have a philosophy session where you, Dr. Brian, are going to be our speaker.
Yes, I'm super excited to have this honor. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff in chiropractic. The 33 principles is the topic. And I promise you it's going to be exciting. And after some boring CEs, right, we're gonna shake it up for the night. And then casino night. I'm excited about that. I love going to casino nights. It's gonna be a great fundraiser, and can't wait to hang out with all you guys and have a great time there. It's gonna be awesome.
Fantastic. I love it. And you know what? Every time we've done this casino night, it's fun. You don't have to know how to play. The dealers will show you what to do and tell you what to do. You'll have a great time. It's so much fun. And you get time to basically mingle and be yourself, let your hair down with some other like-minded docs. So that's always a fun thing. And let's talk about what we're going to be doing. We're not going to let all of the cats out of the bag right now, but let's talk a little bit about what FCS and GCC are really coming together to do in this coming year.
Yeah, so we've got a huge announcement coming at this casino night, and that's why me and our past president, Eddie Martinez, and possibly other board members are going to be flying in for this. We've got a huge announcement, guys, a huge collaboration project with the FCS and GCC, and you won't want to miss that. You want to be there in person to be a part of it. So definitely get signed up for casino night. We've got a huge announcement coming, so you won't want to miss that. We love working with you guys, collaborating on all kinds of projects. I know Dan too is going to be coming down to Florida to speak at one of our Saturday Night Lives in February 11th, in Fort Lauderdale. So Dan too and Peter Amlinger are going to be our speakers for our first real kickoff of 2023. So
Wait a minute, Peter Amlinger, like live and in person?
He says the laws have changed or are changing, so we're hoping to see him in person. So we figured get two huge people for our first SNL, and Dan's our guy, so we can't wait to have him down to visit us as well. So
listen, over the years being at DE, the different people that are so involved, the principal docs that are all over the world that come and participate, there's so many great friendships that have been made there, and there's so many great people that I've connected with. One of my favorite who has passed was Dr. Tim Langley, and he was a big supporter of DE, big supporter of GCC. He was one of the board members. He was very instrumental in actually bringing me on the board of GCC, and I know you knew Dr. Tim very well as well.
Yeah, he was an inspiration to us all. He was just that gentle giant in the background that would just inspire the masses, and it's so exciting to see that there's a scholarship that's been created in his memory. I know I've donated to it in the past, and most of DE has donated to in the past in his memory. So I think you guys have that coming up soon, isn't it?
We do. And you know what? For those that don't know or were not aware, he was very, very involved in trying to help students really understand the philosophy of chiropractic and getting students to DE, to GCC, to principled events. And so we've got $1,000 scholarship coming up that we're going to be giving to a student. But you have to get your applications in by December 5th. So docs, if you've got peak students in your office that have not applied for the scholarship, then you need to send them to georgiachiropractic.org. If you have kids or students that that are students at Life or Sherman, get them to georgiachiropractic.org, have them apply for this scholarship. So you do a video. It's a very simple, very easy process. We're looking for a student who espouses the principles of chiropractic and who would be a great recipient to continue honoring Dr. Tim Langley's legacy.
Yeah, what a deal. Send a video in, you could win $1,000, and it's an incredible chiropractor's name. So students, get on it. Send that in now. That would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So before we let you go, just give us one patient story before we all head back into the office and see some patients. Give us one story that's really just going to kind of remind us of why we do what we do on a daily basis so that we can do it better and serve more people.
One patient story.
Because I know we all have a million, right?
I've got a million. I've got one that just happened yesterday. It's on my mind, but I want to take you back to a story. I've shared this at DE, but maybe to some of your listeners haven't heard of it, about my dad. Okay. Because my dad, when he was 18 years old, he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And this was back in the 1950s where there was very little treatment for it. And his condition started to deteriorate. They kept doing surgeries, taking out parts of his intestines. And finally, the doctors came to him and they said, we're out of options. We've taken out all we can take out. You have 6 months to live. And on the advice of a friend of his mother's, begged him to go to the chiropractor. And so my dad, at 18 years old, they weren't on every street corner back then, by the way, had to ride the train an hour and a half each way into New York and to see a chiropractor. And he saw a chiropractor 3 times a week for 6 months. And instead of passing away in 6 months, it extended his life by 30 years. So my dad literally had his life changed by chiropractic care. And in that 30 years, he and my mom had 3 children, me being the middle child. So I'm literally alive today because someone told my dad to go to a chiropractor. And he became a chiropractor because of it. Sadly, he passed on, like I said, 30 years later from something not even that, it was heart related, not even related to that condition. I became a chiropractor because of it. My brother became a chiropractor because of it. And it literally changes lives every single day.
Beautiful story. Beautiful story. You know, sometimes we wonder the why behind the people that we see in the profession. We wonder the why behind the speakers and the why behind the leaders. And when you hear a story like that, there is no wondering. You know, that is such a personal story and such an attachment to why you do what you do every day. And it touches my heart and reminds me, because I think about that all the time. Who would not be here if it were not for chiropractic? Who in our lives have we helped them experience a greater level of health, vitality, energy, better relationships in their family because of the gift of chiropractic? So thank you so much for sharing that story.
No problem. I would be. Put me on that list. I would not be here today because if chiropractic didn't exist. So
right. Wow. Wow. I'm touched. Nothing more to say. That's a perfect way to end today.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Everybody, don't forget, if you're not registered yet for our convention, December 9th, 10th, and 11th at the Atlanta Marriott Northwest, go to georgiachiropractic.org and send your students to our website. Get them to fill out the application and apply for the Dr. Tim Langley Scholarship. And we'll see you all in 3 weeks. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you there.